तो रुको जरा, सबर करो, बोला धक्का बुक्की नहीं करने का, आराम से लेने का। हाँ,
जिस राह पे तुम चल रहे हो बेटा, एक दिन पूरी तरह फंसोगे। उस दिन मुझे याद करना, मैं पहुंच जाऊंगा।
If you're in your 20s and want to start video editing today, here's exactly how I would do it if I had to start from absolute zero. I started with zero skills, no connections, and no idea what editing even was. But today, I get 8-figure job offers from the biggest creators, and I work with billion-dollar companies. And the craziest part, Asil's story is no different. He built an 8-figure agency from scratch. No rich parents, no cheat codes, no special treatment. We both started exactly where you are right now.
So let's break this down into a simple 7-step roadmap we wish someone gave us when we were starting.
Before you touch Premiere, before you even touch DaVinci, understand this simple fact. 80% of what makes a video look good has nothing to do with editing at all. That's why you need to learn design first.
Every good editor is a good designer before anything else.
Because editing in 2026 isn't just cutting clips. You're literally building scenes from scratch. Graphics, composites, text, layouts, animations, all of that comes from design fundamentals, not editing tools. So here's where you start in the simplest way possible. First, Photoshop. You know those cool textures, paper rips, or cutout pictures inside edits? Photoshop is the place where you prepare all those visuals, the cutouts, textures, and even the smallest of elements that actually make your edit look clean. Second, Illustrator. You know these clean UI animations you see everywhere on the internet right now? All of that starts in Illustrator. You just make simple shapes here and later you animate them. Now, if you don't know where to begin, don't worry. We've got a step-by-step guide for absolutely free if you stick around till the end. But how do you actually turn all of this into clean, complete edit? Let's break that down.
You'll only need 2 tools. One editing software and one motion design software. I would suggest Adobe Premiere Pro for editing, cutting and putting everything together. Adobe After Effects for motion, animation and VFX. If you don't want to pay for Adobe, you can use DaVinci Resolve, which is free, and you can use Fusion, which is built inside DaVinci for animation and VFX. But make sure you just pick one editing tool and one motion tool. Don't try to learn everything at once, it will only slow you down.
Alright, now that you know what tools to learn, the real question becomes, how do you even learn all of those without getting overwhelmed? It's simple. There are 3 stages every editor goes through: beginner, intermediate and advanced.
Let's start with the beginner stage. This is where everyone starts, even us. Your goal here is not to make perfect edits. Your goal is simply to understand how your software works. Here's what you should focus on. Basic tutorials, learn the interface, tools, timelines, shortcuts, the boring stuff that actually matters. Second, make simple edits. Montages, travel vlogs, reels. Don't overthink, just cut, arrange and tell a simple story. Third, understand the fundamentals. Cutting to beat, basic color correction and different types of cuts. Once you're comfortable here, you're ready for the fun parts, the intermediate stage.
The intermediate stage is where your edits start looking clean and intentional. Focus on this. First, music-based editing. This is where you stop cutting randomly and start cutting with the music. That means placing cut on beats, using the rise and the fall of the song, a Maruti 800 that you're crazy about, matching the energy of the track with the visuals. If I had only 59 seconds to teach the entire world the art of editing, I would say. Second, basic animations. At this stage, you learn just 3 things. Scale, zoom in, zoom out. Position, move something left, right, up or down. Rotation, turning things slightly. Even just knowing how to animate text or images. With these basics, you make your edit feel modern. Third, sound design. Now this is the secret sauce that most beginners almost ignore. Start adding whooshes when things move. Hits or bass drops on strong moments.
Begins when we realize that we only have one.
Ambience to make the scene feel alive. 4. Color grading. You don't need advanced color techniques to even start. Just learn the basics like fixing skin tones so people look natural, matching different clips so they feel like one scene, using simple LUTs to add a mood, and adjusting brightness so that nothing looks too dark or too blown out. This alone will make your edits look much more cinematic instead of looking flat. Fifth, Pacing. Pacing is simply how fast or how slow your edits feel like. High-paced editing is what creators like MrBeast use. Quick cuts, fast visuals, constant movement to hold attention. Slow-paced editing is what you see in Netflix documentaries. Longer shots, calmer pacing, and more breathing room so the story sinks in. See, neither style is better or worse. You choose pacing based on the emotion and energy you want the viewer to feel. But once your edits start looking decent, there's one question every editor eventually hits. How do I even make my edits look unique? That's where the advanced stage begins. First, motion design inside of After Effects. This is where your edges go from looking good to professional. You will learn things like animating shapes and strokes, using the graph editor for smoother motion, and advanced path animations. Now these are the skills behind modern YouTube animations, clean UI pop-ups, and fluid motion graphics. It's not as scary as it looks, it just requires a lot of practice. Second, advanced transitions. Instead of relying on pirated presets, you learn how to build transitions yourself. That includes masking transitions, 3D camera movement in After Effects, and my favorite, match cut transitions. Third, VFX and compositing. Masking out objects, tracking movement so the graphics stay fixed to the real footage, rotoscoping to remove subjects or separate layers, and simple 3D scene creation. These skills immediately separate you from the 99% of other editors. But here's the real question. What kind of editor do you actually want to become? And for that, let's talk editing styles.
Tutorials help, but you really learn editing by doing. And the best way to improve is to try different editing styles. There are tons of options like YouTube explainers, fast-paced reels, documentaries, corporate videos, motion design edits. Each style teaches you a different skill. But once you find your vibe, stick to one niche. You'll grow much faster when you focus on a single style instead of focusing on everything else.
And once you figure out your style, you're ready for the most important part of your editing career, your portfolio. Because no matter how good you are, clients won't hire you unless they can see your work. Let's break down exactly what your portfolio should include. First, it should not have more than 5 to 7 of your best edits, no 20 average edits. Second, only put your strongest edits. If something looks okay, remove it completely. Your worst edit will dictate how people judge and lowball you. Third, a bit of variety but consistent. Show different styles, but make sure all of them look absolutely polished.
To get clients, you need a simple, clean portfolio, not a complicated site. Here are the best tools: Bento, Framer, and Card.io. All three make your work look professional without any coding. In the early phase, even Instagram or YouTube is fine. Just don't send clients a Google Drive link. It looks unprofessional and messy. And remember, 5 strong videos will get you more clients than 30 average ones. Even a good compiled showreel can make you stand out. Once you have a portfolio, it's time to get clients. And for beginners, there are 2 paths: high volume or high value. For high volume, platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, Contra, and People Per Hour. These can be great when you're starting from zero, but only if your skills are actually good. Because here's the truth, thousands of people join these websites every single day. If your work looks average, you'll struggle. If your portfolio is weak, you'll struggle. And if your skills are not ready, you'll get buried. But once you have a good portfolio, these platforms become extremely powerful. Clients come to you, you get consistent new leads, you get real-world experience fast, and you collect reviews that build credibility. Freelance platforms are honestly the fastest way to start earning as a beginner.
Okay, hold on. I completely disagree with Asil on this one. Freelance platforms work, but they also make you look like every other editor on the planet. You're competing with hundreds of other editors who charge 500 rupees a video, and you're fighting an algorithm, not building a career. That's why I never tell beginners to rely on freelance platforms. Instead, I'm all in on the high value path: personal branding. Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. These platforms help you attract clients who want long-term retainers. You're not competing with hundreds of others charging very low rates. Brands DM you, creators DM you, decisions makers see your work organically. And most importantly, you start building a name, something freelance platforms can never give you. Look at how Riri Designs became viral with just one Instagram post and got recognized by Tanmay Bhatt himself. And yeah, I helped her get her first job, but that's not even the point.
But going viral is not that easy. You need to understand sales, psychology, human retention, which I don't think any beginner would know.
Yeah, I kind of agree to that.
See what I mean? He's fully personal brand and I am fully freelance platform. But they both have worked for us.
In different ways. Me and Asil have debated this for over 2 hours straight. It got so deep, we ended up turning it into a super detailed, value-packed, non-filtered podcast. If you want us to drop that video, comment, fire, and subscribe to both of our channels for when that podcast drops.
But here's one thing that we both agree on. AI is taking over the video editing world.
And learning it early will make you a much stronger editor. Generative AI tools like Free Pick Spaces, VO 3.1, Hixfield, Midjourney basically create visuals for you. You type what you want and the AI generates images, motion shots or transitions you can use in your edit.
There is also something called text-based editing now. Tools like Descript or Premiere's text editor let you edit video by editing text. Delete a sentence and that part of the video is gone. Rearrange text and the clips rearrange. It makes long form editing way faster. If all this feels too much, don't worry, we have prepared a full guide for beginners that you can find in the description. AI won't replace editors, but editors who use AI will replace the ones who don't.
See, editing gets better every time you open the timeline. All of us started with rough, messy edits. Me, Asil and everyone. We were exactly where you are right now and here we are today.
And honestly, if you follow this exact roadmap, you will reach there much faster than us.
And if you want to learn how we exactly make our AI viral animations, watch this video right here.